Today we're checking out the Mamaquena by La Rosa flutes from the Peruvian Andes. Hi, this is Jerry Walsh from Didge Project today, demonstrating the Mamaquena flute from the Andean mountains in Peru, from the Quechua tradition, an epic flute, oftentimes seen in a lot of different world music configurations. These flutes come from Tito La Rosa. They're super special. I always thought this flute was like really difficult to play, and I always felt when I saw other people play it that it was something I would never be able to learn. And then I had a friend who decided to gift me one of them, and I was really humbled, but I was like, oh wow, thank you so much. I can't play it though. And he goes, no, it's not that hard, just try it. And basically he showed me a little technique on how to do it, almost like you're spitting watermelon seeds, like but with long, slow, deliberate breath. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. And lo and behold, I was able to make a sound. And not only that, I was able to make music, and I thought to myself, this flute is awesome. And what I love about this flute is the nature of how much you can control and express and modulate with it. You know, with a Native American style flute, which I love, they're amazing, super beautiful. I pretty much carry one with me whenever I go play music anywhere. I generally carry at least 2 of them, if not 3 or 4. But sometimes you're a little bit locked into playing them in a certain way where, you know, you can create a drone sound. It sounds amazing. It's beautiful. You can play rhythmically. You can play slowly. It's great. I even like the beatboxes. If you watch any of my other videos with Didge Project, you will notice. So it's something that I'm always finding new ways to adapt and create music out of it. However, with the quena flute, I find there's a whole other aspect of control and modulation that occurs by maneuvering the breath in a specific capacity that makes playing this instrument just really awesome and feels really creative and expressive and unique that you can't do on the Native American flute, in my experience, as much. So I want to demo this one for you. This one is in the key of B. It's made of bamboo, super lightweight. It's got 1 hole in the back which you plug, and then it's got these 4 holes here. These 2 holes are just for aesthetic design. They don't have any, to my knowledge, musical function. So you plug all 4 holes, plug the hole in the back, and like we were saying, it's like you're spitting a watermelon seed. So you kind of get this like narrow mouth, if that makes sense. And then you just angle the breath into it. And what's really cool is you get these very breathy, airy sounds that have this kind of shamanic overtone, mystical, sort of ambient kind of quality to it that is really beautiful. That's not necessarily the note itself. And then what you can do is when you have that breathy air punching through the instrument, you can sort of maneuver the breath and angle it in a little bit more to create the actual tonality of the instrument. So you have this overtone and the tone of the instrument coming together in interplay that is really beautiful and is a lot of fun to play, and just kind of fluctuating back and forth. You know, it's like using basically the incorrect sound to make music. I don't know if you would call it the incorrect sound, but the sound outside of the normal sound to create music with it. So I'm just going to demo it for a little bit here and give it a listen, and then maybe I'll talk a little bit more about it. So this is the lower octave. And then lower octave descending down the scale. Going into the higher octave. And so as you can see, playing it is really dynamic in how many different types of sounds you can get out of such a simple instrument, which I just really love because it's all done through modification of the breath. So in an essence, it's like yogic pranayama of controlling the breath. And so the modification of the breath is what creates the musicality, and you start to get a feel for how much oxygen you're pushing forward is going to create a certain shift in the pitch or an expression of the overtone harmonics. And so it becomes this really beautiful interplay of your breath and your creative capacity coming together. Very similar to, I think, how you play the didgeridoo, because you have this same aspect of breath control. But what's interesting about this instrument is that as you are forcing air out, it's coming from such a deep place. Like I really feel it in my diaphragmatic belly area as I'm breathing. Like I like to take these long inhalations and then these long exhalations when I am playing with this instrument. That way I have a full breath to play with in pushing it through the instrument. I have a lot of room for creative expression. And to put it simply, it puts you in like a really altered state of consciousness that's really beautiful. You feel this like tremendous lifting up, like a lightheadedness that comes, but it's like a very clearing, spacious, ethereal experience. So this is like one of my favorite instruments now, which is just really funny because before I was always like, oh, I never will be able to play that. It's for other people. It's too difficult. And now I just love carrying it with me wherever I go. And I think it's something that most people actually can play. It doesn't require, I think, as much technical skill as it may appear or upon first try. Because I had played a couple of my friends' Mamaquena flutes, and I was like, ooh, this is difficult. I'm just going to put it down and forget about it. And then when someone gave it to me, I was like, well, I really need to put the effort in to try and learn. And, you know, just having a couple simple instructions like the angle at which you're holding the instrument is going to make a big difference in the way that the oxygen is flowing from your mouth into the tube, and then keeping awareness about your mouth position. What can be helpful to do if you get one and you're not sure about it is to have it in front of a mirror so you can watch yourself and, you know, autocorrect, see what's happening. Yeah, it's just a really beautiful instrument. It has such a mystical sound. It just invokes this, for me, like this high master, top of the mountains, like the Zen master, meditation master. You know, it's an Andean instrument from South America, but it has that kind of feel to it. And yeah, this is one of Tito La Rosa's favorite instruments, Tito La Rosa being one of those high-level masters. And yeah, the sound that comes through here is really a profound expression of that wisdom. So I'm just going to play it a little bit more for you. And so the way I'm getting those like striking overtones where it kind of like shrieks a little bit, that's when I'm really forcing the air through, and I'm being a little bit more abrupt with the propulsion of oxygen. But if you're a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more like watery in your mouth and your jaw, everything's a little bit looser and you relax, that's when you're able to hit it kind of like at the sweet spot where it gets that really clean, gentle note that doesn't have so much of the overtones coming through. So let me see if I can do it on first try. So what's really cool is that the instrument, just like with all instruments on some level, you're playing yourself as you play the instrument, because you need to get into this very relaxed, loose place to really generate that really pure expression of it. On the contrary then, if you want to have that abrupt shrieking overtone, which I think is equally an awesome sound, you kind of tense up a little bit. So you're really playing with how you're constricting, controlling your breath, so it has this pranayama aspect, and then you're controlling like your mouth and your physical, your chest, your lung cavity. It's a very interesting instrument in terms of how you're engaging your physical body as well. Just to share that, that's what I really love about playing this. It's so simple, yet there's this really deep inner process that occurs with it. So we're selling these Mamaquena flutes in 2 keys. This one is in A minor, and this one is in B minor that I've been playing and demoing so far. As you can see, the B minor is a little bit smaller, and the size of the opening for the mouth is a little bit smaller as well. That means that the A minor flute requires more air, a little bit more finesse with the angle and lip control, and I find it's a little bit more natural to get these more fluttering, overtone, wispy sounds out of the B minor, while the A minor is like more of a deeper and slower, I wouldn't say it's more meditative because they're both really meditative, but this one just has this more like deeper and kind of like chill vibe to it, while this one can get also meditative but has this like kind of shrill aspect to it, which, like I said, I personally love that. I don't think there's anything that's off about it or inferior. In fact, I actually really prefer to have that high shrill sound. Thank you for watching this video on the Mamaquena flute. Please check out the Didge Project store online to purchase one of these flutes. Please remember to hit like and subscribe to this video, and check out all of our other Didge Project epic flutes right here.